So we're diving into this amazing visual story today, and it's all built around one simple but really deep question. What's the real difference between just being nice and being genuinely kind?
All right, so the story kicks off with a line we've all heard 1,000 times. And as you can see, we're dropped into this gorgeous, timeless town. The art style is just incredible, all thick, swirling paint, kind of like a Van Gogh painting. It feels like the world itself is alive with emotion. But right away, the story just flips that old saying on its head. It hits us with the central question that's going to drive this whole thing. It makes you wonder, maybe being nice isn't free at all. Maybe it comes with a price tag.
Okay, so this is our main character, Charlie. And when we first meet him, he's just sad, all alone on this old stone bridge. Look at how the light is painted. It's heavy, it's textured, it's swirling around him. You can almost feel his loneliness right there in the brushstrokes.
And then, seemingly out of nowhere, here comes Luis. He's all smiles, and he's got this huge, expensive gift, a brand new gaming console. He's playing the part of the perfect best friend, you know? Just a super generous guy doing something nice for no reason, or so you'd think.
And watch this. The second Charlie feels that rush of joy, the whole world around him just explodes with color. The paint gets all thick and vibrant, this bright, energized yellow. It's like his happiness is literally painted onto the scene. You can see the emotion.
Yeah, that feeling doesn't last long. Almost instantly, that gift becomes a bargaining chip. Luis drops the act and reveals what he really wants. He needs someone to lie for him. And just like that, you see the strings attached to his so-called niceness.
And look at the art. It changes right along with him. As that friendly smile gets cold and menacing, the background just twists into this ugly, chaotic swirl of orange and green. That's not just a pretty backdrop, it's a massive red flag. It's what manipulation looks like.
So this really sets up a major contrast in the story between two characters who couldn't be more different.
Okay, so on one hand, we have Luis and his performative niceness. It's all for show, right? It's public, it's transactional, and he's always expecting something back. But then you've got Cindy. Her quiet kindness is the complete opposite. It's private, it's selfless, and it's done for its own sake.
You see, with Luis, everything needs an audience. He's the guy handing out flowers, but only so he can get a good picture for social media. His kindness is always a performance, and he needs everyone to be watching.
Now Cindy, she's the total opposite. She works in the quiet moments when no one's looking. Here she is, tucked away in an alley, just gently fixing a bird's wing. No cameras, no likes, no audience. It's just pure, simple compassion.
So how is all this emotion being shown? Well, it's through this amazing art technique called impasto. Basically, it just means that paint is laid on super thick, so you can actually see and feel the brushstrokes. It's not just for looks, it's a key part of the storytelling. And this visual language is everything. You've got Charlie, whose joy is that bright yellow, but his internal conflict becomes his ugly, jarring swirl. Luis's fake niceness is bright and sunny, but his true self comes out in these aggressive, sharp strokes. And then there's Cindy, whose quiet kindness is shown in these soft, deep blues and greens. The paint itself is basically a character in the story.
Which brings us right back to Charlie's big problem. He's been given this amazing gift, which should make him happy, right? But instead, it just feels heavy, like a debt. And that's such a powerful question, isn't it? When does a gift stop feeling like a gift and start feeling like an invoice you have to pay? So let's really think about this. What do these gifts from Luis actually represent? Because they are clearly not just about friendship.
First, you have the gaming console. That's not a gift, it's the opening move in a negotiation. Then there's the pair he offers later. It's not a snack, it's another little piece of leverage to get Charlie to lie. The fact that it ends up crushed on the ground, well, that's pretty symbolic of their whole rotten friendship. Every single gift just piles on more and more emotional debt.
And this is the key takeaway. The price of Luis's niceness isn't paid in cash. It's more like a loan, but instead of money, you're borrowing loyalty and obligation. And the interest? It just keeps growing with every tiny favor he asks for. It's a total trap.
Okay, so it all blows up right here on this bridge. This is the big confrontation where Charlie finally puts his foot down and says no. And look at the sky. It just erupts into this swirling mess of angry oranges and purples. It's a perfect visual for the emotional storm that's happening.
And this is the moment the mask comes off for good. Luis isn't just upset, he is furious, and his words say it all. I was nice. You owe me. There it is. It was never a gift. It was a down payment on a future favor.
But this is also where Charlie finds his strength. He realizes the only way out of this debt is to, well, pay it back. By getting ready to toss that console into the water, he's making a choice. He's choosing to be free rather than to be obligated.
And then we get to the final scene. After all that chaos, the art itself calms down. The angry, swirling paint is gone, and instead we have this deep, peaceful indigo. The smooth, stable texture of the paint is a mirror of Charlie's own state of mind. He's finally at peace. He's free. And it's Cindy who really wraps it all up for us, giving us the story's core message. She says, the heart just knows. It knows the difference between a real gift and something that's basically a purchase. You can feel the intention behind it.
And the story leaves us with this one final, powerful idea. Real kindness is quiet. It doesn't need applause, it doesn't keep score, and it never, ever asks for change back. It's something you do just because it's the right thing to do.
So, after this whole journey, we're kind of left to think about our own lives, aren't we? To really look at acts of generosity and ask ourselves that same question from the beginning. When does just being nice cross the line and become just another transaction?